Start.
All right, this is Devon from round 6, and our Ludus just lost the Gladiator games in a pretty big fashion. I had family events going on today, drove last night for the majority of the night, so I wasn't really able to compete. But around 8:30, about 30 minutes before the deadline, I competed because I felt really nervous. Austin was telling me that my name was already on the chopping block, and then warned me to get close with Eddie just in case. So I'm not really sure if that means Eddie's throwing out my name or if that means I'm going to need Eddie's vote in order to stay because Jess and Emily are targeting me. I'm supposed to be calling Austin later tonight after he's done with whatever he's doing. Um, so yeah, I competed about 30 minutes before the deadline just to find out that both Emily and Adam didn't compete. I don't know, it's because they felt like Logan was going anyways, so they didn't feel the need to compete. But for me, at least, it could just as easily be because they want to get me out. I'm not really sure. Adam and I, like I've been saying from the beginning of this game, have that really rocky history. So I'm not sure if it's his best interest to keep me around after this round, especially so close to a potential merge. Um, Jess and Emily, they sort of are careless players, so they might vote me out. I'm not really sure what the benefit of that would be over a guy like Logan, but other than that, I'm pretty bummed out that Austin's not going to be voting. It's going to be Eddie as our emperor. I wish that I could find sort of a way out of this. This is the first time in this game where I really felt like my game was in trouble, and it's a real shame. Especially, like I said, we're only 6 rounds in, so I feel like I have a lot more game to play. But I'm sort of just waiting for these calls to come in. I'm waiting to see what others think. I know a lot of people are either working or busy right now. Hopefully they're not avoiding my messages. I'm sort of just sitting here playing the waiting game right now. So it's going to be tough. I could see myself going if it's not me. I'm going to try to pin it over on either Logan, that would be the easy vote, or maybe mix it up and vote out Adam. I'm not really sure what everyone else wants to do, but at this rate, I'm really willing to write down anyone that's not myself. So it came in as such an easy vote, and I don't know why people are trying to mess it up because these Luduses were made on purpose. So if we did lose, then Logan would go home. If the other Ludus lost, the Alliance of Four would be forced to vote out Patrick. So it's careless to see people voting me out if it's really true over Logan, who has his literal brother in this game. But that's the game. It's getting really fast paced at this point, so I'm just trying to stay ahead of the curve. So I'll take any questions.
So at the beginning of your confessional, you mentioned so close to a quote-unquote merge. Why do you think it's going to merge, and why are you trying to guess through the unknown? Because you know how Ascendance is so out there. Why just assume that it's going to merge?
Yeah, I don't think so I should rephrase. I'm personally not trying to get through to the merge. I think if I'm someone voting, I'm sort of planning on a merge just because I come from all Survivor formats. So merges are usually around that 11-person range, 10-person range, 12-person range, whatever. And I think there's other players that are very similar to that as well. They won't vote based on this being Ascendance. They'll vote based on the numbers. If this was a potential merge next round, could they trust me to vote with them? And I think the answer for a lot of people is no. I haven't really drawn the lines at any point in this game, but I want to play this game so bad, and I want to make so many more moves. I see so many options for myself. If this was a Survivor format and there was a merge in the next round or two and I made it there's so many things I could do. I could easily break up that Alliance of Four. I could easily break up the brothers. I could easily break up JG and Austin because I think they're a lot closer even after breaking up than they're letting on. So I'm sort of just trying to play with the cards that are dealt to me at this point. This is the worst scenario for me because I feel like, this is actually the second worst scenario. The worst scenario would be me being in Patrick's spot and having an Alliance of Four voting against me because I don't feel like I could find the cracks there right now. And this is the second worst scenario just because these are people that I'm supposed to trust and these are people that I'm supposed to play with the end of the game with. But if Austin comes to me and he's telling me that these people are trying to throw my name out and he can't even vote or use any of his powers or shields to save me, then I'm not sure who I'm supposed to go to for a vote. Like, these are the people that I'm supposed to already go to for the vote. So I'm not really planning on a merge, but I'm planning on other people voting based on a merge coming, if that makes sense. I think people are sort of thinking about who they can trust in the long game rather than who can they trust in the next round or two. So I'm trying not to overplay my hand. I'm just trying to feel people out, make people believe me when I say that they can trust me. I mean, they obviously can't, but it's a nice idea to play off of.
All right. So you mentioned that you don't know if it could possibly be you this round, but you're willing to basically vote anyone. And then you mentioned that Adam and Emily both didn't compete. Um, what kind of, because I know that you kind of touched base on it and you're like, well, maybe they threw or just didn't compete because they're just like, it's an easy vote. Like, just go a little more in depth on that, just because like you kind of just grazed over it and then went on.
Yeah, so I was nervous because I was talking to Austin and I was talking to Logan, and Austin was already making it seem like I was some sort of target going into the next vote. And Logan and I don't really talk. Like, Patrick does all the talking for this guy, and I don't really get it. Like, Logan's playing a pretty closed off game right now, so I don't trust Logan to vote with me. Although I think I could use something in my back pocket where I can ask him to call, and I can be like, I saved Patrick in that exact vote where it was supposed to be him over Emily. So I hope that he can seize that. I'm sort of trying to protect him as well. Hopefully that can get me by for just one more round. Um, I'm not sure if Emily and Adam threw or not. I think Adam was online at parts today, so I don't see a reason why he couldn't compete. Emily, on the other hand, she's sort of, and I was talking to Austin about this as well, she's sort of a very predictable player. She, from what I hear, she plays orgs the same exact way. She'll start off in the very beginning being a very aggressive player, and then when she feels like she's backed into a corner like she was, she'll sort of die down. She'll play into her alliances, whatever they want to do. And then towards the end of the game, she'll fire back up and she'll start playing aggressive again until she gets to the end and wins. So kudos to her. I think she was just basically inactive from work all day. I mean, from what I hear, she works literally every day, so I can't blame her for not competing. But I really hope it's not them just throwing. I don't see a scenario where Adam is working with them, but it would be major credit to him if he was the one trying to organize a vote against me for this round. I could see him and the brothers being pretty close just because of their past Ludises. So for me, I'm really just trying to bank on the idea that me, Jess, Emily, and Eddie are going to stick together, make this a 4-2 at the worst and a 5-1 at the best against either Logan or Adam. I'm not really sure, but they could just as easily flip on me. I literally talked to Eddie on call like 2 days ago about how much we trusted each other. He wanted to play this game with me. And so it's going to be, I'm just sort of waiting right now to see what Austin says on the call. If Eddie doesn't trust me, I don't know if my game's still intact. If I go out this round, I won't be surprised. I mean, I should have been out a while ago. I played really hard to start. I was trying to get in everyone's good graces, almost got caught a few times. And I think karma's starting to catch up to me a little bit. So I'm just trying to squeeze by for one more round, trying to get in the best position possible, I guess.
All right. So, let's say that you survive this vote. What's your plan going into next round?
So, I mean, it's like you said before, it's all about ascendance. You don't really know what to expect with the Ludices and everything like that. Scenario number one would be a merge, and if it was a merge, which I don't know if it will be or not, the goal would be to try to get people intact against the four, but then at the same time, try to talk to people of the four. So for those who don't know, the four are Ben, Rocky, Sean, and JG. And the people that I have connections with would be JG and Rocky. And it's weird because JG and Rocky are actually planning on flipping on each other at some point in the game. I don't think that four is going to last very long. So that would be scenario number one, would be to try to strengthen the bonds that I already have, but then at the same time take connections with the people that could be targeting me and then deflect it off of myself and onto other people, watch them shoot at each other, while I can just stay in the middle for as long as possible. Scenario number 2 would be going back to another Emperor competition. JG has pretty good luck with it, so does Austin, so one of them are bound to win it. I would have to hope that whoever does win it puts me on the right Ludus, because if anyone from the 4 puts me in a certain Ludus, I think I could be screwed. But at the same time, like, I feel like if anyone won this, like, look at every past Ludus that I've ever had. I've never purposefully been put in the minority. I got put in the RJ vote. I got put on, like, some sort of outcast Ludus, which was, you know, not strategically put there, but the first 2 Luduses were strategically put together, and then everyone else who basically didn't matter was thrown into the 3rd Ludus. And then when we had to go to a vote, I made the most out of it. So it goes to show you, when there's no numbers whatsoever involved, there's no alliances going into certain Luduses, I can play with the cards that are dealt to me. But my hope right now is that whoever wins the next Emperor competition doesn't feel like I'm the biggest target, and then puts me sort of in the same position that Austin put Patrick and Logan in, where they bound 4 people together, and then they put me in as the outcast just in case they lose the competition. Then they can vote me out in a 4-1 or whatever. Best case scenario would be, you know, Austin wins. He puts me back in another pretty safe Ludus, but it's ironic because now I don't feel safe whatsoever. I mean, this should be Logan or Adam going, but I sincerely feel like it is going to be me going in this next tribal. So we're going to see over the next 24 hours if I can fight my way out of it.
All right. I don't have any other questions, so do you have anything to wrap up your confessional with?
I mean, wrapping up, this could be my very last confessional, so if it is, hopefully I'm perceived in a positive light to the viewers lounge. Hopefully production enjoyed having me along for the ride. This was definitely a, you know, memorable experience. I've had a great time being here. Like I said before, I want to play this game so bad. I'm going to fight my butt off for the next 24 hours, try to talk to people, try to flip the table. If the table needs to be flipped and I hear people have thrown my names out, I'm going to go out guns blazing. I'm going to make sure that, you know, people are skeptical of one another, and I'm going to break some relationships up along the way. It's not going to be pretty if I do hear that I'm going out. So we're going to see over these next 24 hours. But like I said, I want to, you know, thank you guys. Hopefully I've been a delight to have so far, despite me sort of being a pain with the technology services from time to time. So that'll wrap that up.
All right. Thank you so much. I will stop the recording.